This music's a banger, I'll tell you what. Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Nimpulse Plays, where today we are going to be playing a game that is, for all intents and purposes, free on Steam right now, Super Auto Pets. It's, from what I understand, from what I've seen, it's kind of like an auto battler, but without time limits. So you probably play against teams that have been created by other players, but not are being played right now. This means you can spend as much time as you want, just getting your team ready, getting everything set up, then you can play through it at your own pace, which is an interesting premise. I picked this up after watching a few streamers play it, and I figured I would give it a go. The arena mode is the mode with no time limit, so let's just get in there. So it's going to give me the tutorial because I haven't actually played myself. We have 10 gold. And with that 10 gold you can buy units, which all cost 3 gold, or items, which also cost 3 gold apiece. With that in mind, each of the units has their own unique trait, and the higher level the unit, the different the trait is. Typically, the better the trait is, but also more options later on. So in this one, it's pointing to Ant, which is a tier 1 unit. If it faints, which means if it dies, give a random friend, meaning another of your allies, your units, +2 punch, which I guess is strength, this little number here, and +1 heart, which means life. When creatures, friends, fight enemies, basically what determines who wins is the amount of health they have remaining and whether the amount of strength that is being used on the other side beats it. You can have ties. It goes at the same time and synchronously, so if they both would kill each other, they both die at the same time. If one would survive, then that one is going to be the one that remains to fight again. So we have 10 gold. We can buy technically everything here. So we should probably do it in this order, because this one goes at the front. It goes right to left in terms of order, so this creature's going to fight first, then this second, this third, this fourth, this fifth. Put the horse, and stick a beaver in there. Now, because, you may have noticed, because we summoned a friend, which includes buying it from the shop and putting it on your bench, we give it +1 attack until the end of battle, so a temporary boost. We have 1 gold left, which means we can re-roll. And then you can see these are the other types of creatures we would have. Name my team. We're going to be the flying whippersnappers, I guess. Against the gnarly bogeymen. So, these two are going to collide against each other and die, regardless of the fact this one has more strength, just because they both have 1 health, and these both do at least 1 or more damage. Now, because they died, the event triggers, so faint, give a random friend +2/+1, and this is going to trigger on one of these. So it triggers on the otter, and mine triggers as well, triggers on the beaver. So these two are going to go against each other, my horse is going to die, but the health of the otter will go down to 1. And now it's down to these two. I have lost this battle because even though the otter's going to die, it will kill my beaver. And because there is a unit on the other side remaining, I lose the first round. Okay, so tutorial is now saying we buy food for your pets. So in this case, it's just kind of one-off items that give temporary or permanent buffs to your creatures. In this instance, an apple, +1/+1. Given that this is a feint and this is a sell, I'm going to probably give the apple to the horse, to be honest. Because it's the only unit I have that doesn't have its own material wealth. Select a pet to move it. Sure, we can move it to the back. Okay, no more tutorial. Let's summon another horse. Give it that +1. And if we buy this otter, we can give one random friend +1/+1, or we can roll and see what we get. So let's get another horse. So you may see these little bars up here. So level 1 and then 2 bars. If you basically drop a creature on top of a similar creature, or the same type creature, you can basically add into that bar at the cost of it. And if you do that enough, you can eventually create a better tier unit. So I can do it right now, in fact. Let's do it onto this one. And they absorb some stats, and now it's level 2. So its effect goes up by an amount, for instance. And you can see, friend summoned, give it +2 attack instead of end of battle. Now, I don't have any units that currently summon anything, but something like Spider would be very useful for that reason. But we don't have any gold. So I can click that and freeze it to maintain it for the next turn. See? We all just kind of get into the speed of it. The Polting Portals? Ah, Anonymous 72D01263-1AF5-4010. My favourite player. So, our ant fainted, gives us stuff. Their ant faints, gives them stuff. So it's 5-3. This will be a tie. The cricket summons a 1/1 cricket when it dies. And the horse gives +2 to anything that's summoned because it's a level 2 horse. I think they had a honeypot item on them which summons a 1/1 creature when they die. So this is bad for us. This means we lose. Because we didn't have enough creatures on the board. And that summon horse at the back was very powerful. It's not often in a tutorial they set you up to lose. Fairly self-explanatory, I think. We now have a higher tier of animals that we can buy, but at the cost of more lives lost if we lose. So, I'm going to get the spider. For reasons I think are fairly obvious, they summon a pet when they die, which triggers this. Hurt. Hurt is a condition where if they have taken damage but are not dead, then they gain the benefit. So in this case, +4 attack. This is good because it allows us to do another summon. So let's give that to the ant. And I think we're going to roll and see what we get. Perfect, another spider. There we go. We want the horse at the back so that its effect triggers, before all the summons are dead. And the beaver's really just there to kind of blockade. I guess technically we could have this in case there's anything that hits the very last unit. That way we should be covered. So you see, there's no timer during all this, and I'm allowed to explain everything. That's one of the major benefits. And it's free. Alright, so I'm going to lose this fight, but I am going to summon. And I'm going to have much more things on the board. So there's my bee. +2 to the bee from the horse. This is still going to live, but we're making progress. Okay, spider now summons. Horse is going to give it a bonus. The badger's effect is before faint, deal 50% attack damage to adjacent pets. So when it's about to die, it will do that. I don't really know what before faint means in that context. So the ox effect is now triggering. Friend ahead faints. So if a creature in the position ahead of it faints, this triggers. Gain melon and +1 attack. Melon is basically they're surrounded in a shield of melon, and for 1 attack they'll take 20 damage less. So if you've got something that hits for, 20 damage, all of that would be blocked, but the next time it attacks, it wouldn't be. So my badger will do no damage at the moment because I have melon armor, but will be damaged by the ox. Okay, so before faint, deal 50% attack damage to adjacent pets. Does this mean mine and theirs? Yes, it does. Okay, so the badger is a bit, hurtful. Double-edged sword. We got a sheep. A sheep that summons sheep, which is pretty cool. There you go. Summon 2+2/+2 rams. We still have the horse on the board, so we're still making progress. Alright, and this should kill the otter. There you go, we won a round. So the objective of this game is to get to 10 wins, basically, before you lose all your lives. Right. So the rat summons a rat for the opponent, which is a bit rough. Friend sold, give random friend +1 health, or start a battle, give 50% of the dodo's attack to the friend ahead. Okay. To be honest, I don't really think the summoning is super important. I don't think the beaver's that great, so we can probably look to sell the beaver. If you sell it, you cannot get it back, but you do get a gold, and trigger any effect that has sell in its name. I think we roll. We got crab. 50%. So the pill, make a friendly pet faint, is permanent, but you can use it to basically trigger the faint effect, and if it happens in the shop, then from what I understand, it's permanent. So if I triggered, say, none of them have them, but if it had a faint effect like summon a 1/1 like this one, I could trigger it now, and it would summon the honeybee and the other one, and so I technically have 5 pets, even though I lost one. If that makes any sense. I think I roll again. Cricket's good because it is a summonable. I guess we get the cricket out there. And we can roll another cricket, which is good. We are going to need to start getting some doubles up at some point, though. In the meantime, I think I'm going to buff that. We might as well spend our gold. And we'll freeze that because we already have one. So because you have to combine them on your board, it's a limited amount of space. You can't like combine them on a bench. Okay, so this also looks like a summoner deck. So that's fine. So both ants going to trigger. +2/+1. I think I got the better trade there because it went on the spiders. And we got a honeybee in, which is going to trigger their next ant. They have a strong backline though, but I think I just have more on the field. Alright, this is going to trigger a 1/1 cricket, which will then kill the next turn. Which will summon their 1/1 cricket. That will kill my spider, but I will also kill that cricket. So we're down to 2/2, almost 3/2. We have an ox ourselves. This effect won't trigger because we have no enemy in front of the ox. Okay, I think we might just win it out. We're going to summon Pufferfish. Hurt, deal +2 damage to a random enemy. That's good for us, because this is going to bring this up to 4. This will hurt. I think hurt might only trigger if it lives, though. I guess we'll find out. It does only trigger if it hits. Okay, so this will be a draw. In the event of a draw, nothing happens. Neither a win nor a loss. We lose 3 lives per loss now, so we're in the risk. But we have a bigger bench. Or a bigger shop, I guess. Yeah, we might... The sheep is much better than the ant, or indeed the cricket. So I'm going to sell this, get this in, and then I think we buy the ant to bring it on and try to pair it with that. We need to start getting some more level 2s on the board. Kangaroo's not bad if we're like trying to scale. Garlic means they basically have like a shield, so they take a certain amount of damage less, and meat means they deal a certain amount of damage more. I think I might... If I dropped anyone, it would be the ant, who I just spent money on. But if friend ahead attacks, this could be very useful for us to stick in like second place, just before the sheep, because that's going to summon 2+2/+2 rams. But we need to have the sheep back enough. The sheep needs to be here. I'll explain my thinking in just a moment. So I'm going to sell this, get the kangaroo, bring that here. Okay, so here's how the turn's going to go. This is going to be our up front. The reason for that is it summons one level 1 tier creature, or 1 tier 3 creature. So we still have room for that creature to be summoned if this is the one that dies. So it just replaces it. Now, because this one hits, and then the replacement is going to hit, this effect will trigger twice. So now that we'll get up to a +4/+4, which gives us 7 and 6, which is good. We could technically bring the kangaroo all the way back here and get that effect to trigger 3 times on these rams as well. That might be better. Because this will die, and it'll trigger 2 rams, which will fill the space of this one and this one. And then this will attack, and this will attack. I think it might only trigger in the next immediate spot, though, so we'll find out. Right, we have excess gold, so we might as well roll. And end turn. We're looking for copies at this point. Copies. Alright, so you got a swan, a turtle, a fish, kangaroo, giraffe. The swan is just gold income. The turtle, just before it faints, it gives melon 1 time to the thing behind it. The fish, when it levels up, it gives everyone +2/+2. Kangaroo, we already know. And giraffe, whenever the turn ends, it gives a friend a head +1/+1. So this is a really good like engine to get cards going, or get creatures going. Okay, so spider died, but we expected that. We now have a camel. When this is hurt, it gives a friend behind +2/+2. It will die in the next turn, unfortunately, but it will take out the swan. Okay, so now we have this. This is going to be even, but this will get melon, and we'll still have 2 rams on the field, so that's alright. Alright, kangaroo triggers because the friend ahead of it got fainted. Turtle is about to faint, gives the other one melon. Ram summons 2 sheeps, which we have room for. And we give, because they're summoned, we give them both HP. This has melon, so there'll be no damage. And this won't kill, but we'll get it down there and this will trigger. So now we won't die to the fish on the next hit. We will trigger that kangaroo though, that's constantly pumping. Alright, it's got 3. Spider will die, but it will summon. Hey, we got a sheep, which summons 2 more when it dies. It's kind of the perfect combo. Summon those +2. Give those +2, and we'll kill the giraffe evenly with 2 on the board. Nice. So yeah, very what's the term for it? You know, it's like eating from a Pringles can. Very easy to just do the 1 more turn, 1 more bite kind of scenario. And it's free, so in terms of investment, you know, everyone's doing pretty well. Part of me, I'm going to combine the spider just to bring on another sheep. See if we can get maybe another sheep. Which we can. So now we have a level 2 sheep which summons 2 +4/+4 rams. However, we don't have enough money to do anything else. So I'm just going to leave it at that and hope that we live. Ooh, flamingo, healthy flamingo up front. Alright, whale, start battle, swallow friend ahead and release it at level 1 after fainting. So it makes a copy of it, basically. Gets it off the battlefield and makes a copy of it, and then when this dies, it throws it back out again. It does trigger the faint of this thing, apparently being swallowed, which gives the 2 friends behind +1/+1. And now we go up against the whale. We will lose, but we are going to summon 2 more of our whales. Or 2 more of our sheep even, rams. There we go. And because they were summoned, they get +2/+2. We are going to win this fight, and we're going to win the next fight, I think. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, we'll kill this at the very least. Not dandelion. Flamingo. I keep calling him a dandelion. Okay, they have a very healthy backline. We need to be very lucky on the summon that comes out. What we got? Camel. Nope. I think this won't do enough. We've still got that puffer fish with garlic and then the fish behind it. Woof. So we lose 3 lives just based on the level of shop that we're at. Alright. What we got? This is good because it allows us to summon more. I think we put that on the kangaroo, then we have something can summon everything at least. If we get something out here like this is good. I think it's worth... I think getting a turtle is good because it gives melon. I'm trying to work out who we want to give melon to. I guess the kangaroo, right? Because we want it to survive at least 2 attacks if it's going to be gaining HP the whole time. And then I think... I think we just pump up the sheep. Alright. There's a lot triggering at the moment. So the crab, copy the 100% of health from the most healthy friend. So the most healthy friend is going to be the horse, so he's going to get 7 extra health, or he's going to get up to 7 health. I guess we'll find out. He gets up to 7 health. Okay, so it's a true copy, not an ad. We will win this one, which is good. We don't have... so that's why we should put the turtle up front, because we now don't have enough space to summon 2 rams, so we'll only summon 1 of them. We should win this next fight as well. There are honeybees about, though. Honeybees on basically all their team, in fact. We're going to survive that, and we're going to kill this, but it will summon another honeybee. And there is a horse in the back that is pumping that up. This is fine. We're going to give melon to the kangaroo. So we're going to survive this one, and then we'll win the next... Well, we'll draw the next one, but we'll kick it out in the first place. Don't think... Because we are going to survive this, but... That crab's going to hurt a lot, and we need to be very lucky on what we roll. A sheep would be great. Kangaroo's not particularly great. It will kill the crab, but we're going to lose this fight. Okay, could have been worse. Could have been worse. Alright. What do we do? That's the question. I think we need to roll and get lucky. So first of all, we need to put this ahead, just because if we can't get the sheep on the ground, what are we even doing? And then this summons, which is good. Is it worth just getting rid of the kangaroo and just getting everything that summons something? Pufferfish, not really great for us. The cockerel, I'll buy that. Or rooster, as they call it. Let's put this here and have the sheep in like the mid-tier, ready to protect us. Okay. Spider at the back probably isn't helping us. We want to like upgrade to the better tier units the further we go on, just because they're better value for money. Right, we're going to die, but we're going to give melon to the cockerel, the rooster, so that's what we want. We do trigger its hurt, though. But we won't now die to the camel. And we'll do a fair amount of damage to here as well. Okay. So we summon something. Because we summon something, we give it +2, which is just enough to beat this thing, but it does have garlic, which I think means it'll only take 4 damage. Because it negates 2 of them. Oh, and it is chunky at this point. But that's why we have summonables on Faint. It doesn't matter if our stuff dies because there's always stuff to replace it. Okay, well, we win this. And we don't win this, but we get it down fairly easily. And we summon, so we'll have at least a number advantage. Or we were. We are still going to. That's a sheep, and that's going to give 2 rams when it dies. Alright. And 2 rams, please. +4, +4. Or +2, +2. And which means our horse is going to be the winner. So the amount of lives that you lose goes up as you get further up in the shop tier. The amount of wins that you get does not. That's the difficulty curve. Alright. Summoned. Gain peanuts. Peanuts. Knock out any pet attacked and hurt by this. Sure. I don't know what peanuts means in this context. I guess I'll get rid of turtle. Peanuts is like an effect, I guess. Hey, rooster, we can upgrade. Now we summon 2 chicks. And let's... Ooh, so this chocolate gives +1 experience. It's basically like giving it a version of the... like trying to level up the creature by giving it another version of itself. So we can just give that to the spider. Now that's a level 2 spider, and it summons a level 2 tier 3 pet as a 2/2. And that's it. Here we go. I guess we'll find out what the scorpion does. 2119 health on that rooster. At the start of the battle, reduce the highest health enemy by 33%. It's going to be either the rooster or the spider. It'll be the spider. No, by 33%, we didn't have that much anyway. Right. Summoned. Gain peanuts. Peanuts knock out any pet attacked and hurt by this. So this is going to knock out the worm then. So it's basically like poison. This is going to hurt because this thing has a lot of damage. But we hopefully have the numbers game. We'll turn on autoplay, but I think it goes too fast. At least for the first episode. Alright, we are going to lose this, but we're going to summon, so that's fine. They're also going to summon, but it's going to be equal trades either side. So it's going to be 3-2, or 3 versus 2 at the end. Alright, we need some lucky spider. A sheep would be great. Kangaroo's not particularly great. And we will win that, but we are going to lose to the swan. And I think that's it for the first run. Game over, turn 9. So yeah, that's Super Auto Pets. Very addicting, very fun to play. Currently free on Steam, and supports modding and customization. There's even achievements. I have none of them. I don't know why I'm scrolling. I wouldn't expect to. That was my first game. But yeah, that's Super Auto Pets, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye for now.